I used to work here, by user certain scarcity 442. This insane woman followed me around TJ Maxx last week insisting that I help her find a dress in her size and asked if we had it in the back. I ignored her because I had no idea she was talking to me. She kept pestering me until I realized Hagatha was talking to me. When I told her I didn't work there, she called me a filthy liar because she recognized me. When I told her I worked there 8 years ago, she still insisted I help her. I walked away and this 70-something woman proceeded to act like a toddler having a tantrum. She didn't even believe the manager when he said I wasn't an associate. Thank God I got out of retail. The nut jobs flock to TJ Maxx for some reason. That's my hoodie, not a dog leash, by user no_job_8221. So, this just happened. I, 38F, have worked different retail and customer service jobs most of my life, and I've dealt with my share of entitled customers at work. I've even been mistaken as an employee at a bunch of stores, but this was my first confrontational experience as a customer. My daughter and I were at Wally World getting dog food and a couple last-minute ingredients for dinner. I'm loading a large bag of dog food while trying to keep a toddler entertained when it happened. An entitled Karen appeared. Obnoxiously pink outfit. Fake gaudy jewelry. Badly dyed hair. And nails long enough to make a tiger jealous. I didn't even know she was there until I felt a sharp jab in the shoulder with those nails. I turned around to an expression that could curdle milk. I say yes. Load 4 bags of dog food in my cart. She demanded, pointing at the 40 pounds bag I just loaded into my cart. No please, no polite would/could you, just a terse order like she was talking to someone so beneath her that she couldn't be bothered saying anything else. I wasn't even slightly resembling a worker since I was wearing jeans, sneakers, and a black hoodie from a local haunted house. Not to mention my daughter in the cart next to me. Still, I wasn't in a rush and my daughter wasn't being fussy. If Karen had asked nicely, I would have gladly helped. I've done that a bunch of times before and have always been glad to help, so long as I got a please and thank you from the person I'm helping. Instead, I just said I don't work here, I'm shopping. I was hoping that being direct and staying close to my daughter would show that I was busy. But, no. Her lip curled even harder and sounded insulted when she said, "So you're not going to help me?" I just said no, I need to finish my shopping. Not wanting to risk getting caught up in one of the many I Don't Work Here Lady stories that I read, I grabbed my cart with my daughter, and started walking away. I just wanted to get us away from that situation ASAP. That was my mistake. Never turn your back on a rabid animal. I barely registered Karen's indignant huff before she grabbed me by the hood of my sweater and yanked. This freaked me out from suddenly being choked. I'm someone that's been trained in self-defense, martial arts, and was raised around a bunch of bikers. If maternal instincts weren't telling me to get my daughter out of danger, I probably would have done a lot more damage to the woman than I did. I swung my arm back as hard as I could to force her to let go. I made contact with something hard enough that she let go with a yelp, and I hightailed it to the front of the store to report what happened. The employees, manager, and security were on their game and immediately went looking for Karen as soon as I told them what happened and gave a description. Unfortunately, Karen was gone by the time they went looking for her. The manager still contacted police and a report was filed. I definitely wanted to press charges if I could. According to security, after I hit the woman's bracelet-covered wrist with my closed fist and ran off, she looked really upset and insulted, but then got an OHT look. She started looking around until she looked directly at a camera. Karen then grabbed her purse and sprinted out of the store, leaving her cart and groceries behind. Guess she wasn't a complete idiot after all and realized how badly she messed up. The manager promised to keep an eye out for her. The police said they would contact me if needed. My hand got bruised from how hard I hit her and she left a line on my neck from trying to choke me. My daughter had no idea that anything bad happened. She was giggling when I was running her and the cart to the front. The next day, I got a call from the officer I talked to. Either Karen grew a conscience or someone forced her to turn herself in. She showed up at the police station the next day, looking like a scolded puppy when she got there. Officer's description. Officer asked if I still wanted to press charges and said she'd likely get probation or community service. I told him that I did still want to. Part of me wonders. Did she actually feel bad? Did her husband/wife or whatever ask her why she didn't have the dog food and force her to confess? Or did she come in so she wouldn't be arrested and get a lighter sentence? I don't know. I'm just surprised that she did. Cruise Karen, by user cowboy_wario_fan. So this happened about half a year ago when I am 15, and my dad went on a cruise. So a bit before the run-in with the Karen, me and my dad ended up winning a bag water bottle and pen with the ship's logo plastered all over it. So around 8 p.m. I start heading to the teen hangout place for the evening teen activities. As I'm walking, it gets windy outside, so I cut through the inside and happen to walk past the arcade. That's when the Karen, a girl about my age that I later became friends with, flags me down thinking I worked on the ship. Staff of the ship dressed dependently on their hob with a name tag. I had no name tag, but I think the confusion was when she saw all my items. Gee, hey, game isn't working, me okay, and G, fix it. Me sorry, I don't work here, I was joust on my way to. Gee, yes you do, look at all the ship stuff you have. Me listen, I do not work here, I'm 15 years old, so I couldn't work here even if I wanted to, so if you would excuse me, I don't want to be late for teen event. Gee, sorry, I thought you worked here. Wait, you said there's a teen event, me ya wanna walk with me to it? Gee, sure. And that's how one of my friends from that outing and I met. Sorry, there's no angry fighting or lawsuits, but it's my story and I'm glad I could share it. A Nice Old Lady, by user 2Wisted Pair. I'm a healthcare worker, X-ray tech. I wear scrubs and a lanyard with my badge showing which hospital I work for. I went to Stop and Shop the other day after work, as is my usual. As I was putting peppers into my cart, trolley and GB, an old lady came up to me and asked where they keep the mashed potatoes. They had just revamped the store, so nothing was where I remembered it to be. I told her, I'm so sorry, I don't work here, I haven't the foggiest idea. She looked sad and apologized. I'm so sorry, I'll find someone. Helping and caring for people is my life, so I took her by the arm and walked her to the little plastic directory that hangs at the end of every aisle. I looked up mashed potatoes and happily told her, mashed taters are in aisle 6. She was so happy that someone would take the time to help her that she got on tiptoes and kissed me on the cheek, and said, "You're really very sweet, thank you." She turned and grabbed her cart to head for the aforementioned taters. The produce manager came over to me and said, "Hey, want a job here?" No screaming Karen, but I figured that a nice story was due. Thanks for reading. Once a bartender, always a bartender, by user Celtichinic. As per the title. Worked in various hospitality roles, from busboy to management, but the best fun was always bartending. I haven't got the patience for it anymore, and have been out of the game for some 15 years. But, whenever I'm out, I always take the empties back to the bar, and unless the service is terrible, I always tip. It's one of the few things I still carry cash for. So a few weeks ago I was in a bar I have gone to for years, just not too often these days. A few staff and management know me, and it's a place where they just wear clean casual gear to work, no set uniform. It's my round, and I lift 3 empty glasses and an empty bottle of our table, and take them up to the bar. The manager, an old workmate of mine from years ago, who's helping the bartender, nods the knowing another round, nod, I nod back. And then put of nowhere I get the Karen tap on the shoulder. "Excuse me, where is the ladies' room? I can never help myself here." I've always been a cheeky bastard, and my first response is one of 2 options. "Over there, just follow your nose," or, "Sorry, no idea, I've never used the ladies' room." Is that supposed to be funny? That's no way for staff to speak to a customer. Hey look, I was just joking. I'm not staff, by the way. It's over there next to the... What do you mean you're not staff? Why are you clearing tables then? I always bring the empties back. Once a bartender, always a bartender. If you're a bartender you should be making drinks, not making stupid jokes. Look, I'm sorry. Seems I've confused you. The toilets are just over there and I don't work here. What is your problem? Get me the manager now. Cue my manager friend behind the bar, as he props the drinks on the bar. Hey Celtic Cynic, this round's on me. Now, ma'am, you were asking for a manager. Edit, a day after posting, there's a social justice warrior on the loose in the comments, getting offended by a story that didn't involve them, from somewhere between 10 and 13 years ago. Look out!